There is nothing in evangelical government. When we say nothing, Your Excellency, ma. So when we say evangelical, just everything does not exist.
No, you can't just mean that. I mean, just go.
Somebody mentioned electricity. There is no electricity in evangelical government. I said.
When you say no electricity, what do you actually mean?
No electricity. No electricity.
No power. No national grid of power.
So if I could go to any house, there's no light.
No, you won't see.
Wait, no, please. Since when is that?
Since the creation of the local government.
And you have people in the community.
Yes. It's that every end of August to end of October, every year, that's September, October, and November every year, the people get rendered homeless by the River Niger flood.
Former Managing Director, Lower Benue River Basin Development.
Fantastic.
That is my area. Ecological.
Yes, sir.
Water resources and land resources. Now, it's a development. Unfortunately for us in this country, we don't think ahead. All that bothers us is what we have now, and that is all. You see, River Niger flows all the way from Futajalon right to the Atlantic Ocean. All along, it has been carrying debris, sand, soil. Now this soil keeps deposited. People of my age, or maybe 50 years old now, would see that right in Idah here, the river was so large, the channel was quite big. I'm talking in layman so that we understand.
Fantastic.
The channel was big. It can carry whatever water volumes, rain that falls in Nigeria. It gathers it and takes it to the Atlantic Ocean. No problem. But now it is silted. Now that it's silted, that trough through, it's like you have a gutter gets sealed up. When rain falls, it finds its way into your room.
Yeah,
so now we have this, even dredging we are talking about, it's a waste of money.
Okay.
Because all the way from Futajalon to Atlantic Ocean, it keeps carrying sand every year and depositing it every year. Except we are dredging it from the Atlantic Ocean right to Futajalon. Yes, it will work for maybe 5-10 years. The silt will come back because the rain that is falling keeps bringing this silt back into the channel. The solution is on this same river, Benue, that on top there's L.G.A dam, which they release at will. Right here in Nigeria, we construct another dam, a buffer dam.
I think
that is just the solution right there, so that when they release their own, our own will
so that's the same
hold
thing
it.
Saying.
So there's need for another dam right there.
Exactly,
on
sir.
River Benue.
This is what FEC has approved 2 months ago for us to do assessment and do what is needful to be done, and which I think we are also working on, because our report was on top of that, on this issue of this flooding.
Yes.
And drainage.
Maybe let me follow up.
When the professors are talking, we can't keep them quiet. Go ahead.
Okay. So, do I talk or you talk?
No.
Okay. Now, the second problem that I see with all this hullabaloo, somebody mentioned monitoring.
Yes, I think we have addressed
Without monitoring, we have not addressed it in Nigeria. You've heard it. Yes, you have noted.
Because my office is also part of the monitoring team.
But the problem comes with, you can see You said we can move from here when you are comparing local government and the federal government. You are coming all the way from Abuja here. That is costs. Monitoring costs. And we normally complain of fund all the time. Now, without proper monitoring, even the federal government should be able to tell us, yes, we propose so project in the budget, but we are able to accomplish this because of fund, because of that. These are left undone. Because when you go to the net, you see the whole budget. Every corner has this budgeted. But if it is not, and in most cases they are not done, and what that is not done, nobody asks any question. So the whole thing keeps rolling on.
Last year, all the projects for North Central, capital project, we identified it in 2024 appropriation. How many of our volunteers saw it? There was a document which is still on your platform. I shared it to them, asked them how many of them have opened it.
They are not ready to read it. All of us want to monitor.
So it's not now my problem for you not to. I give information, you are not reading it, you are not following from there. You don't need to be.
Thank you. The Honorable Commissioner will speak on issue related to Ibaji. I am from Ibaji too. Honorable Dan is also here, and you. So we want to. In fact, when it is time for Ibaji to make a presentation.
No, actually, it's open. It's a citizen assembly.
Yes.
It's a citizen assembly. We don't need hierarchy or anything to say.
What I said earlier was that for now, let us receive from Idah local government. And one person has spoken. Don't mind, he is a businessman. So the business people have an unrepentant voice. They will speak.
Immediate past education secretary, currently a lecturer in Kogi State University, and PhD student, Department of Arabic and Islamic Studies. Ma, I have seen this scheme from His Excellency as a merciful rain that brought universal blessings. And equally, I have seen the president as a kind of as a person who cannot depopulate the populace. In the thesis I've written, my topic is poverty alleviation in Nigeria and Islamic perspective. Why I want to talk here is this. One of the major problems I wrote there is poor monitoring of the government to alleviate poverty. Although I will not call the name. In the course of the poverty, I think one local government, somebody saw gave birth to triplet. He went and hung himself. You don't even see the children because of poverty. In another area of my interview, one woman sold one of his children to take care of the rest. What am I saying in essence is this. When this program is being executed, government usually lack monitoring. As a passive politician, I'm not acting there. Whether the senator was itemizing what he brought to this local government, he was itemizing to the extent that all this thing he was saying, but I've not seen it. Because of what? Lack of monitoring. Please, ma, I welcome the idea. Secondly, the major problem. I went to Oka when Ezekiel presented the paper last week. I nearly ran back. The road was poor. There is a place called Ofarachi. Is it a Mekutu or Okutu? Okutu. It's like those people area, they are politically disadvantaged area.
Is it within our North Central?
No. Yes. A boundary between Kogi. That's from Idah, the same Enugu road that was.
Okay, the boundary between Kogi and
Yes, is that road that the traditional rulers mentioned?
I'm sure if a pregnant woman enter a vehicle, that place, I think he will do miscarriage because of the personal assessment. Likewise, of ownership, many motors were condemned in the water, the major road. Sorry, man, to waste your time.
No,
So,
I'm not wasting my time. But the issue, I think the point is taken. The road is bad.
yes.
Right? So if there's any other thing,
It's,
I know it's hard for a lecturer to just, we need to really, we are all lecturers, but we appreciate that knowledge, but you have emphasized it, and I think the point is taken already.
thank you.
Yes.
Secondly, the law we were talking about, we want to apply it's accomplished with interest. From Islamic perspective, sorry please, I'm not Islamized the system, sir, but the loan, some of us from as I've said, from Islamic perspective, we are fearing of the loan. So that is an observation. So
why are you afraid of the loan?
oh sorry, the interest. Sorry.
Why?
No. It involves so many stories, but let me stop there.
No, so I can't take it off.
The reason is this. We Muslims who were automatically forbidden to loan with interest. I'm talking from Quranic perspective.
So we should give you the money without getting it back.
Well, if the loan should be at least, it should be
Interest free.
interest free.
Okay.
That is my own personal observation. So,
just give it the loan so you pay back the actual amount, no interest.
yes, I will be. Because so also some of us that are commoners. So, sir, so these are some of the reasons. If this thing can go on, we won't have the government. Because I've never seen a situation where His Excellency is communicating with, let's say, an ordinary man like myself. But when this thing is there, please, we are in summary, let them follow it with proper monitoring. Just say, this monitoring will just that this thing is sent to these people and it's moving there without any obstruction on the road. That is why I say this government is a merciful one that brought universal blessings. Thank you,
sir. So, part of the new tax bill, you are not aware. Oh, Professor, you should be aware because this tax bill is addressing the issues of commoners. So we will not be taxing poor people again the way we tax. And those are the issues that are on top of the agenda, which I think you need to know. So we have a new tax reform bill that is now at the table of National Assembly for us to really change the narrative of the way we tax people and mostly exempt people who are poor from tax. And some of the importation of food items and all that, it will be tax free. So those are the things that federal government has also done, which I feel is important for you to also be aware. The monitoring and evaluation aspect is one important aspect, which I think you have made a valid point. So there's no senator or no government official that will say is trying to assess what he's doing. Anything done is done by federal government. A senator or a House of Rep member can just say, okay, maybe there's a constituency project which they are facilitating, but it's the money of federal government that is attached to it. And Ministry of Special Duties and all that, they are also in charge of making sure that zonal project interventions like that are monitored. ICPC is also part of their mandate to monitor. And in addition, our office is also given the mandate to monitor federal government intervention. Most importantly, palliative distribution. I will ask again, the palliative that was distributed from federal government to Kogi State, I hope you have all received. Yes. Received 20 trucks of trailer was distributed, trucks of fertilizers were also distributed from federal government to state government. Remember, one truck of rice is 600 bags, and that was distributed before the End Bad Governance protest, which was part of the things we pumped into the economy to cushion the effect of the high food prices. I'm sure most of you have received it. So if you have feedback in that regard, you can also share, because it's related to what my office is also populating. Thank you, sir. Professor, thank you for talking.
A full copy of 10 million was given to
So I didn't be for me. I didn't be proper monitoring follow. I think something more than that.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I want someone from Idah L.G.A who wants to say something. You represent it.
Two of you. Dr. Abu Musa, senior lecturer with the Department of Federal Polytechnic, Idah.
Sorry, hold on, sir. Please, the people at the back.
My name is Dr. Abu Musa.
Go ahead.
I'm a senior lecturer with the Statistics Department of Federal Polytechnic, Idah. Community leader from Achaka, headquarters of Idah L.G.A local government. I just want to take your indulgence to stand on the protocol. I want to first of all commend the President for creating this office. That is what has been lacking in previous administration, because there is disconnect between the people and the government previously. This office will tend to bridge that gap. Thank you very much. The President has not disappointed us. We are happy in driving this economy. What I want to mention is some of the problems that requires urgent attention. One of them is what they have been mentioning, but they've not made a clear position about it. That is Idah. It can be mentioned as Idah Musuka Road. This road is connecting Kogi and Enugu State, and that makes it a federal government road. That road was awarded with one other road in Bayelsa State on the same day by President Muhammad Buhari and the Federal Executive Council to the tune of over 24 billion. The approval has been done. What is required now is political will to start the implementation. That road controls all. Our economy, the economy of Kogi is Idah Federal Constituency, the 4 local government and some part of Dikina depend on that road, the economy of this place. Because that road links us to Oba, Luka, Onisha, where all these goods you are seeing here. So that road is very, very important to Akko. And it's increasing the hardship. Just as this man was trying to put it, I did most of my program in Unity. About 5-6 years ago, when I started my field, I was driving down straight. From here, I leave here by 8 o'clock, I meet lectures by 10. But today it's not possible. And that has increased the transport, fare on the product, thereby resulting to increase in price of commodity. It's a major contributor to inflation. If you look at statistics, it has shown that Kogi State is one of the states that is observing high prices. If you look at NDS report, and some of those causes of that high price, one of them is that road. So if that road can be put in place, it has been awarded. It has been approved. What is needed now is just the federal government to kickstart it. So we want you to take this to the Minister of Works. Fashola was handed out to Fashola that time. Then the second thing I want to tell you is the last government of Buhari, under the leadership, in the Ministry of Labor and Productivity, a skill acquisition center was established at Togbogbo here. We just got this information about 2 days ago, and I would have gotten a picture. Maybe when you go, we'll get a picture and send it to you. It was built, equipment supplied by the Ministry of Labor and Productivity through National Directorate of Employment. That skill acquisition center has been built, equipment supplied, but there are no resource persons to put that place to use. So it's as good as nothing has been done. So what we want to do is that if the Federal Ministry of Labor and Productivity can provide resource persons so that we can put that place to use, to be more beneficial. Particularly now that the federal government is introducing skill acquisition to our curriculum. We've received a lot of circular from federal government to introduce that. So if the resource persons are employed and deployed to that place and it's put to use, it will help the federal government. So that skill acquisition center should be will be put in place. So another thing is, it's not far from here. So it's not far from here.